In many cases, you will just use your left mouse button to select an object by clicking on it. But watching the structure tree, if we click on multiple times on the same object, we will climb up the structure tree, that way selecting a subassembly. If we right click, then we will deselect. If we hold the control key, then we can select multiple objects of any kind, like Windows Explorer. We also have a selection frame, which behaves different depending on which direction you pull it. So either all objects or only objects precisely inside the selection frame will be selected. Now there's more. Yeah, you can simply select all objects which have the same color like the first object selected. Yeah, same example here. The next selector is a face selector. Typically we select a complete solid, but in this case we can select also the face on solid. Or we select all instances of the same object. So in this case, all wheels. Yeah, to work with PMI reference, we have to have a good example for that. So if you would like to see a PMI which belongs to a certain feature, then you click on the feature and it will highlight the PMI. Now we have a few other ones, like just using the left mouse button, click on an object and hide it, click on an object and delete it, or click on an object and ghost it, which is in default mode typically used by the context menu. Now, if you want to save your selections, because maybe the way to select it has been quite some effort to do, then there's a way to save these selections. Let's do a few of them once using the instance selector here or here and create some selections. Of course, you can rename the selections to give them a name, a speaking name, which allows to remember what it was about. And whenever you click on one of these selections, all objects will be selected in the graphics pane. Pretty powerful is our neighborhood search, which has 3 different modes. The first is a box, like box trap. It takes a starting point, the bounding box of an object. You can apply that on a single object, but you can also do that on multiple objects. So either individually or a combined bounding box spanning around all selected objects. There's also a sphere available. And you also simply click on the outside of the sphere to enlarge it, to adjust it. And finally, the linear distance, which is pretty powerful for, let's say, cables, pipes, or in this case, a exhauster system. You would like to see all objects or select all objects which are very close to the exhauster, because the exhauster typically is pretty hot. So simply select them. That easy.